I'm just coming in today to do the second level of the salute to the sun using the Pilates principles. So the first video I did was very much a beginner's level where we did a little bit of a warm-up and got the body just used to moving through those poses. But maybe if you've been doing it for a few weeks now and you're finding that all those movements are feeling more comfortable, your hips are a little bit softer, your back's a little bit more flexible, your shoulders are feeling stronger, it's easier to keep your shoulders in that collarbone wide, shoulder blades down, neck long position rather than things collapsing up, and you're more aware of where your body is in space. We can then go into the intermediate section. Now I'm going to go straight into the process because what would be useful for you is you've either done the warm-up already in the beginner's level and you're ready to have a go at the more intermediate level, or you've been doing the beginner's one regularly so you can now go straight into the intermediate one. If you haven't warmed up, do a little warm-up like you would have done at the beginner's one with your back rolls and some foot warm-up work before you start. But if you're ready to start and you've done a bit of warm-up and you're happy that you're good at the beginner's level, you can come along now and do the intermediate level. So we start again on the front of the mat, and you're standing with your hips, knees and ankles in a nice straight line, and you've got your three corners of your feet, the base of your big toe, base of the little toe, center of the heel bone, so you're really grounded. Then you're lifting up through the spine all the way through the crown of the head, finding that nice alignment where you've got your natural curves of your spine. Your arm bones are sat on the sides of your body, not forward, so your collarbones and shoulder blades are both sat wide and your arm bones are free and hanging. Your chin is lifted into your throat, so you've got a nice long neck. You're going to take a breath in, floating the arms up, lifting your breastbone up, but not letting your hips go forwards. You're going to breathe out and come to the start position. You're going to breathe in. You're going to breathe out. You're going to roll down through that spine, vertebra by vertebra, lifting the belly up and in as you go, tipping the hips forwards so you hang upside down. Lengthening from your heel bone up to your sit bones. Take a breath now. Breathe out, soften the knees so you try and bring your belly down to those thighs. Think of rolling those femurs to open up the hips if you're tight. Release the head and neck. Breath in. Breath out. Lengthen through the crown of the head as you go to look at the floor, trying to extend from your upper back, not from your neck. So you're trying to feel work at the top half of your shoulder blade, part of your spine. Big breath in and breathing out to release down. Let that head and neck go really heavy before you step back. You're going to have your hands either side of your feet. You're going to take a breath. You're going to step back with your right foot. This time, unlike last time we placed the knee down, you can place the knee down just to set up and make sure that this front heel is far enough away from that back heel and this knee is over your ankle. You're reaching through the front knee and you're reaching through the back knee. Your toe is staying tucked under behind because you're then going to take a breath and you're going to reach through the heel bone, lengthening out through that back leg without pushing your hips up. So you're keeping your hips low, but you're just trying to open through that back leg. So you'll keep the front knee reaching forwards and the back heel is reaching backwards. You can come up onto your fingertips now and find that length through the waist, wide collarbones, shoulder blades drawing down, chin lifting up into the throat. So you've got that length all the way through your body. This front femur is rolling out, the back femur, thigh bone, is rolling in as you reach the heel. Lovely. You're then going to place your hands lower because you're going to slide this leg back. Now you can put your knees down for a moment and set your hands up. Find that setting up, find those wide palms, find the base of the index finger, little finger, outside corner of the wrist, base of the thumb, reach forwards into the fingers. You're then going to take a breath, nice long spine, shoulder blades down, collarbones wide, chin lifted into throat. You're going to reach through those heel bones and find that plank position. And you're just going to find that plank and see if you can hold it for a couple of breaths. Reach the crown of the head to the wall in front, reach the heels to the wall behind. Draw your sit bones together so the glutes are working. And then you can drop the knees again. Widen the palms a little bit and we're going to lower to the floor. Reach the breastbone forwards, Collarbones wide, shoulder blades down, releasing down. Bringing the hands level with your ears. Opening the feet onto the floor, legs hip width apart. Taking a breath. Breathing out, sink the breastbone. Keep the head hovered. Take a breath. Breathe out, send the breastbone forwards. Lifting up through the upper back. Chin into throat. Collarbones wide, shoulder blades reaching down. Elbows reaching down. Taking a breath. Breathing out as you lift the breastbone. Lengthening through the arms, but you're not pushing through those arms, you're just lifting through the back. The head, the chin is staying in the throat, the collarbones are wide, the shoulder blades are down. Your elbows are reaching towards the floor, even though they're straight. The belly is pulling in from your pubic bone to the front of the rib cage, so you've got some activity through the front of the body. Your glutes, your sit bones are drawing together, so your glutes are active and you're reaching through your legs. Taking a breath. Breathing out, reach your elbows towards the floor. So don't collapse, don't push with your arms, reach down. Then take a breath and allow the rest of the body to go down. One more time, breath in, breath out, send the breastbone forwards. Keep the elbows reaching down, palms nice and wide, long fingers. Breath in, breath out, keep lifting, reach through the legs, wrap the glutes, lift the belly. Open the collarbones, pull the shoulder blades down, reach with your elbows. And then reaching back down. And bring the palms level with your chest. And you're going to lift your hips, push back. Stretch out there. And then come forwards into 4-point kneeling. We're going to tuck your toes under. Lift the chin into the throat, wide collarbones, drawing down with your shoulder blades. You're going to take a breath, and as you breathe out, you're hovering the knees by reaching through those heels. You're then going to push the breastbone towards those bent knees, lifting the sit bones up to the sky to lengthen through the legs a little bit. Let the neck release to the space between the palms. Shoulder blades and collarbones stay wide on your body. Palms are wide, weight is even between the four corners, sending some weight forwards into your fingers. Sit bones are up high. Balls of the feet are nice and connected. You're going to then reach through one heel towards the floor, keeping your sit bones reaching high. And then the other heel reaching down. So alternate which one you reach from as you get more mobile through the backs of your legs. And then you can bend both knees, lift your sit bones high, and then reach both heels to the floor. Bend your knees, reach your sit bones high, turn your heels together, and reach both heels to the floor. Keep your sit bones high. Bend your knees, straighten your feet. Turn the toes in and the heels out. Lift the sit bones high and reach the heels to the floor. Shoulders wide, head releasing between, neck long. Bend the knees, bring the feet in. So this time you can do two things. You can start to practice lifting the foot forwards from this position. I have to come higher onto my fingers, and then I have to lift my right foot forwards like this. If you find that's nearly impossible still, put the back knee down and bring that right leg forwards. Whatever works for you, but you're aiming to be able to come from your down dog position forwards and lift the foot through. And then again, you can put the back knee down just to find your positioning. You're wanting your front knee over that heel, and you're wanting the back knee as far away from this front heel as you can get it. You're opening this front hip, you're reaching that back hip back. And then keeping your body long against that front thigh, you're reaching that back leg and the back heel away without pushing up through your body. So you're keeping your body low to the front thigh as you reach through that back heel. Then you can come up onto your fingertips and lengthen through the whole body, lifting your chin into your throat. So you're reaching through that back heel, reaching through the front knee and lengthening. And then you're going to push with that back leg to step forwards, tip yourself upside down, lift your sit bones to the sky. If you're still finding that difficult, use your hands to lift your sit bones up, and then try and do it without. Then taking a breath, keep your head and neck really relaxed. Breathe out, pull down with your sit bones, lift your belly up and in to roll back up. And once you're up, you're going to send the breastbone to the sky as you breathe in. And breathe out. And we're going to take a breath in and breathe out and go all the way down. And once you're down, lift your sit bones, bend your knees and get your belly down. Take a breath. Breathe out, reach through the crown of the head to look at the floor, feeling that work through the upper back. Take a breath, release the head and neck down. Take a breath, step back with that left foot, really wide step, and then you can place the knee down. Just make sure that front knee is over the front ankle, lengthening, squaring your hips up, finding all your positionings. Then take a breath, and as you breathe out, you're reaching through that back heel, trying to get that length through there. And then you can come up onto your fingertips and try and lengthen through the body, chin up into the throat. Really reach through that back heel. Opening up through the front of your hip here. Taking a breath. You can then slide your front leg back to join your back leg, and you can try and find your plank pose. If you need to put your knees down at any point, do, to set your palms up. It's really important that everything is in the right place. Collarbones are wide, shoulder blades are down, chin is into throat. Reach through those heels, feel those glutes strong, and go into plank. You can add a little bit of pushing with your toes and reaching through your heels to give you a bit more dynamic rather than static positioning. And then this time you can either come onto your knees to do your lowering down, or if you want to have a go, you can do it from plank, lowering down. Either way, you're building up the strength until you can do it in full plank. Hands wider, take a breath, breathing out, hovering the head and sinking the breastbone. Taking a breath, breathing out, sliding the breastbone forwards. Collarbones are wide, shoulder blades are melting. Reach down through your elbows even though you're lifting through your breastbone and lengthening your arms. Reaching through those legs, feeling the glutes switched on. Chin is pulled up into the throat. Breathe. And then reach down with your elbows. As you go down, tuck your toes under. Bring your hands to chest height. Lift the hips and push back. Stretch, and then come forwards into full point kneeling, taking a breath. Reach through the heels, reach through the crown of the head, collarbones wide, shoulder blades down. Push the chest to the thighs, keeping the knees bent. Set the head up, release it between the hands. Wide shoulder blades, wide collarbones. Lift your sit bones to the sky to lengthen the legs, and then reach the heels to the floor from the balls of the feet. Find that. Breathe wide into the sides of the rib cage. Try and lengthen the neck out of the shoulders. Lift the sit bones to the sky. Reach the heels from the balls of the feet away to the floor. And breathe. And then you can come up forwards and lift that left foot forwards, or you can put the knee down and bring it forwards. If you need the knee down to set up, make sure this knee is over the ankle, make sure your hips are open, that's fine, but then you're going to reach through that back heel and lengthen through the body. If you need to come onto your fingertips, depending on your arm-leg length ratio, some people can lengthen through the body with their hands flat on the floor. I need to come onto my fingertips because I think my legs are longer than my arms. Reaching, breathing, find your squareness in your hips. Find length in your waist. Find your collarbones wide, your shoulder blades down, your chin lifted into your throat. Taking a breath, breathe out, push forwards, bring the feet together with a slight space so they're hip width apart. Release the head and neck down, lift through those sit bones, lengthening the backs of those legs, softening, taking a breath, dropping the sit bones, lifting through the belly. Breathing in as you lift the breastbone up, keeping your hips over your ankles. Breathe out. So that's the more intermediate level where you start to just challenge yourself a little bit more. Have a go at that and then keep practicing that until you feel you can step back without putting the knee down, and you can go down from plank into lying on your front without putting your knees down, and you can come from down dog into that last pose of lengthening the legs forwards and back without putting the knees down to bring the leg forwards. So keep working on that more intermediate sequence until you feel you can do all of those things without losing your shoulder positioning, without shortening the back of your neck, keeping that chin into the throat, without swaying through your back. You've got that good strength between your pubic bone and your rib cage, and your hips are starting to loosen up and mobilize. So as you start to feel stronger, you can then go on again to look at my last one, which I'm going to put on soon, which will be more of an advanced version. It's still slightly different to the yogic salute to the sun, but it just keeps those Pilates principles in mind. Once you can then do the advanced with the Pilates principles in mind, you can then go and have a look at some salute to the sun yoga exercises, and you know you'll be able to do them well without losing various controls in parts of your body. So good luck with that, and we'll see you again.